I can't believe it. Season just around the corner. What characteristic comes to mind when you think of working with your team thus far?
Well, probably most of all, they've been so enjoyable to coach. There's a cohesive piece of this team that I don't know that I've experienced in quite some time. They really get along extremely well. They have each other's back. They enjoy being on the floor with one another, and they enjoy spending time with each other off the floor. So I'm hoping that chemistry is going to take us a long ways.
The lead of your preseason storylines is one of the best duos across the country in Marcus Foster and Kyrie Thomas. How do they feed off one another?
Well, I mean, they both can score really at all three levels. They can shoot the three. They both can score off the dribble. We've used them, both of them, in the post some as well because they're so crafty down there. They get to the free throw line. Defensively, Kyrie's outstanding, and Marcus has improved in that area. So, but they don't really care who gets the credit, which has been kind of refreshing. They'll make the extra pass to one another, and oftentimes when you have two guys that are as talented as that offensively, it's hard to get them to share the basketball, and those two guys are more than willing to do so.
What's the latest on where you're heading with your starting point guard spot?
Well, it's been a little bit difficult, so it's been somewhat fluid, and I say that because Caleb Joseph has really fought some hamstring issues really from the start of practice. So I'm not sure I've been able to see exactly what Caleb can bring to the table because he hasn't been healthy enough to go full speed when he's out there, and there's been a lot of practices that he hasn't been able to participate in. And Davion Mintz, I think, has improved from a year ago. Tyler Clement continues to just be really, really solid for us and someone we certainly have the confidence in throwing out there. And then Tyshawn Alexander, who I probably didn't recruit to play the point guard position, has shown the ability to do that. He's really been thrown into that position because of some injuries in practice. When he's played there, he's made really good decisions, has shown the ability to run a team, and obviously we brought him in to shoot the basketball, and he can do that extremely well. So, we have four guys that I'm comfortable moving around there, and it's not to say we couldn't slide Marcus or Kyrie there as well. So, we're going to try to get the five best players on the floor as much as we possibly can. And if, that could mean a lot of different guys at the point guard position.
First 4 years in the Big East, and it seems like you guys were in the Big East Tournament Championship game year one, but the conference's depth just keeps on improving. From when you started in the league to where it is now, what's your takeaway?
Well, I think what you said is exactly, right on. I think the depth of the conference has continued to improve. I think the top is every bit as good as it's been, but I think the bottom keeps getting better. And, the teams in the middle are stronger than they were maybe 4 years ago. So, I mean, it's awesome to talk about the league in the off season and in the summertime and the fall as you build up to the season. And, everybody's pounding the drum of the Big East, and it's fun to do that because we all get along so well. But then in January, you got to play the games. And now it's not so much fun because you really do not get a night off, and you have to be prepared to play, and you're playing in great venues and in front of great crowds every single night, and that's what makes our league fun.
When people think of Creighton basketball, it's a spread style, it's hit the threes, and you guys know how to spread defenses out. How do you coach defense on the other end of the floor?
Well, it's hard to be great at everything, and we require a lot of energy and effort offensively, maybe more than most teams in the country because of how we want to establish pace. Defensively, we were 45th or 46th in the country last year, which was a huge jump from the previous years, and we have to continue to build on that. We have to limit second shots. We have to keep teams off the foul line. And not turn it over and give up easy baskets. So, our defense, so to speak, it's kind of a bend but not break. We're going to try to make them take some challenge shots, but we also know that we build our team offensively in a way that maybe length and athleticism isn't a huge priority for us if we've got skill. So we're a little bit smaller at a couple positions. We maybe don't have the length that you'd like to have. So guys have to be in the right spot, and that's really been our focus so far in practice.
Is that what rebounding will look like for this group by committee?
It has to be. I don't think we have a dominant rebounder. I think Ronnie Harrell can be that guy. He's very active on the glass on both ends of the floor, and has done a great job in the early going. And I think we have some young guys up front. Martine Krompel has done a great job so far. Jacob Epperson, the freshman from Australia, has got a chance to be a good player. Could use a red shirt. If Justin Patton was still walking around campus, we would redshirt him, but he's not. He's in Minnesota in a Timberwolves uniform, so we'll go ahead and play Jacob this year as well.
What will determine if this group that you're coaching up right now will be a big dance team or not?
Well, I think it's consistency. I think we will have games, where things are clicking and we show what we truly can become. The question is, with some of the inexperience at some of the positions, how quickly can we get to the point where we can do it night in and night out? And that's our challenge, especially as we're battling some injuries here in the preseason, is to get healthy, get everybody on the floor, so we can develop that rotation that I think can take us into March. But this team has the makings of an NCAA tournament team. We're just going to have to be consistent and continue to play the unselfish brand of basketball that's gotten us to where we are as a program.
I'm going to go rapid fire here with you. Just a one-word answer, no elaboration, just a couple of off-the-map questions here. When you're not coaching basketball, watching basketball, what's your favorite activity or hobby?
Golf.
Favorite food?
Steak.
Do you cook?
No.
Favorite basketball coach in a movie or TV show?
Coach Carter.
Of that. Coach you look up to?
Eldon Miller, who I played for in college.
Favorite athlete that you just love to watch, whether it be NFL Sundays or in the NBA? Besides your son.
Well, it was Larry Bird. Now I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, so it's probably Big Ben.
I'm a Browns fan, right?
I forgive you for that.
Yeah. I have nothing to argue right now. We're 1-21 the last two seasons. The first adjective that comes to mind when thinking about Creighton University?
Fast.
I like it. He's fast. He's got his team rolling fast. Coach Mack is ready for the season. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, John.